Morning, Year 6. Happy Monday. It's the 4th of May. Quick video then today looking at pie charts as this is new learning. My maths, two pieces. Obviously pie charts being the first piece, and the second piece I've set you some arithmetic work on there. Due in on Wednesday, usual procedure. So, pie charts then. We've done a bit of pie charts. Most of this should make sense, be fairly straightforward. Obviously, if we're looking at pie charts and understanding, well, here you can see that people were asked what's their favourite drink, and if I count up what the answers were, I can see that 4 people were asked, okay? Now, that makes sense then why my pie chart is split into quarters. 2 people chose cola, so etc. And then you can see there is a key there. So for pie charts, you always need a key to understand what each of those are, okay? And obviously, because nobody chose water, there is no section for water. Moving on, frequency table here, and if I add up the frequency, the number of people, that will tell me what it's split into. It makes how many children are in your family. Well, then there are 8 people here, hence the pie chart is split into 8 because 2 and 3 is 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we've got a key again showing how many people. So you can clearly see from this pie chart that just over a quarter of those asked have 2 children. So that's the most popular. So it's really visual to see from a pie chart that 2 children is the most popular, and the least popular option was more than 4 children. So that's why pie charts are really good at showing visually the data that what you are representing, and it's clear to see just by looking straight away at it. Okay, now then it asks you about fractions. Well, clearly here straight away I can see that half of the cars in the car park were green. I can clearly see that I know exactly 1/4 was silver. And then going there, we've got a quarter. It looks like an eighth other and an eighth blue. Okay, but there is definitely 180 degrees there. So we know that that pie chart obviously has 360 degrees in it. Or we could say that 50% were green or 180 degrees were green. Okay, because obviously a pie chart will be 100% all of it or 360 degrees. Okay, so how many cars were green? Well, it tells us here that he counted 32 cars, and obviously half are green, so you know that would be 16. What fraction was silver? Well, it's 1 out of 4 because I could split my pie chart into 4. How many cars were silver? Well, it's a quarter of that total number, which is 32, which is 8. How many cars were blue? Sorry, that's wrong. That is right. How many cars were blue? Well, again, it's looks like roughly about an eighth. So an eighth, that would be 4, okay, of the total. Again, quite easy, makes sense. Now, we've got 80 pupils in a school can play a musical instrument. The pie chart shows the instruments they can play. This time it wants you to estimate the number of them that can play the drums. Well, here we go. That's my drums section there. I've got to now imagine how many times can I fit that into my pie chart. So I'm going to sort of go like that. I'd say that's about another one. That's about another one. That's about another one, and probably just there as well. So what have I split my pie chart into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go for roughly 1/5. Okay, roughly 1/5 of the people I asked can play the drums. I'd say that is roughly about 20%. Okay, maybe a little bit less, but it's an estimate, so it doesn't have to be exact. So I'm then going to work out 20% or a fifth of 80, which I'm pretty sure is 16. Okay, and then it wants you to estimate the number of them that can not play the trumpet. Okay, so and estimate the number of them that cannot play the trumpet. Well, if I look here, those that can play the trumpet is just over a quarter, isn't it? Okay, so these people estimate what number of them cannot play. Yeah, so just over a quarter. Can play the trumpet, so just under a quarter, just under 3/4, I should say then, cannot play the trumpet. Okay, so if we work out roughly 3/4, okay, and then take that would be your answer. Okay. Now, a few questions here about pie charts and a bar chart as well. They both sort of do the same thing, but they are used in different ways. So going for question 1 then, which of these charts is most useful for showing the most common pet? Well, actually, it's both of them, isn't it? We can clearly see here it's a cat, and we can clearly see here it's a cat, because we've got frequency, okay? So they both are good for showing the most common thing. Which of these charts is most useful for showing the fraction who have a rabbit? Well, obviously, the fraction, so question 2 would be the pie chart, wouldn't it? Because it's clearly that a quarter of those you asked have a rabbit. And then can you tell by how many people took part in the survey just by looking at the pie chart? Well, here there is no number of people that took part, so no, you can't. Whereas on the bar chart, you would be able to tell how many people took part because it's clearly 6 there, 3 there, etc. Okay. Now, Steve and Anna both have survey on people's favourite sandwiches. Here are their results. We can see Steve asked 12 people and Anna asked 20 people. In which survey did more people say their favourite sandwich is egg? So I'm only interested in egg, which is here and here. Well, we know that Steve asked 12 people, whereas Anna asked 20 people, so we must bear that in mind. Well, we can clearly see that Steve's answers were a quarter egg, so a quarter of 12, so we know he had 3 people answering egg, and I would say it's about a fifth for Anna's for egg, because I could draw probably in about 5 times, fit that egg section into my pie chart about 5 times, so a fifth or 20% chose egg in Anna's, so a fifth of 20 is 4, so by 1 person approximately Anna's had more people showing egg, but she asked more people. Okay, so the key part here is, and I know I've mentioned this to you before, is they will try and trick you because they will use different numbers of people in each pie chart, so you have to really look at the numbers and then the fractions to work out the difference. Okay, and remember, if I was formulating this, if this was one of our bubble questions, you know what I mean by that, I would say that bullet point 1, Anna had 20 people, whereas Steve only had 12 people. Steve, I'm doing this in short, Steve had 1/4 egg. Anna had 1/5 egg. 1/4 of 20 is 3. 1/5, sorry, 12, that should be. 1/5 of 20 is 4. 3 is greater than 4. Therefore, Anna had more. Okay, so I've got my 3 bullet points, but I've really made it clear how many people. I've linked it to the fractions. I've shown what the answers to those fractions are, and then I've summarised it with my crocodile at the end. Okay, so that's nice and straightforward. So, just a quick video there for you. Good luck with the My Maths. Hopefully we have some good scores for the pie charts, so I don't think it's too difficult. Enjoy a few days. Obviously you'll have another video on Wednesday. I am also going to be joining in on the Zooms. Okay, so I look forward to seeing some of you on those Zoom chats that we have. It would be nice to hear you and see you as well. Good few days. Let me know if you have any messages, and we will hopefully speak soon.